Coach talked about, I guess, challenging you guys a little bit at halftime. What was the key to flipping the script in the second half?
We just saw we didn't really play like a brand of basketball in the first half, and we're still only down by 12. And we talked about trying to get it down to 6 after the first media. And I mean, we felt like we've been a defensive team all season, for the first 10 games that we played. We just have lackluster, spurts, and that's what we want to settle down in the second half, and we came out ready to play.
He said he didn't know, I guess, while you were still in the locker room, whether that message got through and whether it would translate to the floor. You guys got off to a really fast start. When did you guys know?
Well, playing at home always comes with an advantage because we feel like in any situation we're always going to be the underdog. So we feel like we just felt like we just had to stay connected as one, know what we had to do, take one play at a time, and just play our game, basically.
How frustrating is it to cover a guy like Scottie Pippen, who for a while seemed like he'd never miss?
We knew that he was that caliber player. We know he had entered the draft and got out of the draft because he didn't get what he desired. So when you have guys like that, they can always come back with a chip on their shoulder. Him and Kendrick was a great matchup tonight. Kendrick, plays like Kendrick, and we don't take it for granted. But however, he had a chance to play against somebody else just as good on the other side. We appreciate all 15 of our guys who was on the bench, who played, and who all contributed to our win. Scottie Pippen was a great player, but we figured something out, and that showed the backbone of a team. So.
Kendrick, sort of like a microcosm of your whole team. He had 4, I think, in the first half, and he flipped the script. What was different about him in the second half?
I know when we were walking out to resume second half, I looked at him and I said, "We're down 12, and you haven't got going yet." Not knowing if I was going to get going myself, not knowing. I just know that I needed to defend, and I know that I looked up when we were walking in for halftime and he had 4 points. And I went to the locker room knowing that Kendrick Davis was going to come into this game. We hold him to a high standard. I hold him to a high standard because I've known him for so long. And tonight, he came through. He's a great player. And we got his back for sure. So.
Your coach was kind of talking about the importance of this week now that you've strung together these wins. Did you kind of feel the importance of what this week meant for your team coming into it? Was that something you guys thought about?
Well, defensively, we always look to just stay together and communicate more often. And this week has been a challenge for ourselves because just going back-to-back big-time wins is pretty tough. So we're always looking to show everybody that we're not laying down for nobody, and we're just going to keep playing our game of basketball. So yeah, it was a really great week. So we're going to keep taking the wins and just racking them up.
Your coach talked about the defense that you've played this year, and he's mentioned several times what you and Jamar and Tristan have done inside. Have you changed your role, or what's been the change in the interior defense for you guys this year compared to last?
Compared to last, I would.
Or
say,
has there been a change?
I'd say we're staying to our principles. We're now adjusting to seeing what our guys like to do as far as reading the defense, so as far as making sure that we're staying down on defense and making sure that we don't commit too many fouls, because we know foul trouble is a bad thing. So making sure we're protecting the rim, that's always a big thing. And then as far as getting the crowd going, so it was always a great thing to get in those lanes as far as taking charges or just playing really great defenses are real motive. So, but back to what you said as far as the change from last year, I'd say that we're more physical as far as just wanting to get down and do the dirty work. So I'd say, yeah, we're on our way.
Zach, at one point you had a dunk where it looked like you got hit from both sides and there was no foul called, and you guys went on a bit of a run after that. Was that sort of a fuse that lit a little bit of a fire there, or was that just part of what was already underway?
I think it was part of what was already on the way. I don't know if I remember last game, but we had a little misfunction under the rim in the second half. And I told them all for the past 2 days in practice that I would make it up to them. That's what I did tonight. If it sparked a spark for us, if it lit a fire under us, then I'm thankful for that. But I feed off those guys. Seeing those guys sit down and defend and dive for loose balls and get rebounds and run in transition, it makes me want to do the same exact thing. When you have 15 guys trying to do it instead of just 2 or 3, it becomes a culture, you know. It becomes an attitude. It becomes, you know, who we are. You know, that's back to what I was saying about our backbone. You know, nobody looks to do something, you know, spectacular or special offensively. We're a team that runs and runs hard, and we just look to get stops. And whoever's up in the break gets the open dunk. Who is ever open, we pass it. And that's the fun of playing. It's been changes, and you have to just gravitate to change. And I'm just happy that I could step up and do what I have to do for this team tonight. It may not be my night tomorrow, but that's perfectly fine.
Your coach said he thought you guys are getting to the point where you don't care who has a big night scoring, and he said you'll get there. Are you saying you're there now?
No, I'm not saying we're there now. I'm saying that we're growing. I believe that, you know, we catch a lot of heat. We lost the first couple games, big games, and honestly, we have time to get it together, have time to just, you know, develop a brotherhood, but it all takes a lot of time, and we have to respect the time that it takes to really grow into the team that we desire to be. It's a lot harder to do sometimes when it's everybody's first year, you know. Everybody was accustomed to something different a year ago, you know. We're all just trying to become accustomed to each other right now. And it's getting better and better, and we're becoming the best of friends and brothers and building a brotherhood. But it's a 30-game season, and we've only played 10. So I can't tell you how far we're going to go up. But I don't look forward to turning back. So.